I've had a few more thoughts about this verse, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about it. First of all, note that we had Naaman was the leader of the army of the king of Aram. I don't think I talked about that. So in some translations it uses Syria instead of Aram. So Syria is the more modern word for that region or that country. And in the New Testament, when it talks about Naaman, they use the word Syria. So some translations have used the word Syria. If you look here, you see the NIV uses Aram, and the International Children's Bible and the Easy English, they're all using Aram. And I think I'm going to leave it that way for now. But there are other translations that use the word Syria, like the Good News translation. And the translation for translators says Syria. If you look on in the Bible handbook, it talks about this issue, and says the Old Testament name for Syria is Aram, which is what the Hebrew text has here. But in the New Testament, the Greek name Syrian is used in reference to Naaman. Because there are two different names, translators of some translations, such as RSV and Good News Translation, decided to avoid confusion and use the same name. So, that's a possibility to use Syria. For now, I'm going to continue using Aram, but just so you be aware that that's another possibility. Okay, so let's go back to that verse. There are a couple more issues. Another issue is whether to use leprosy or not. I already talked about this a little bit. I decided to use a very bad disease of the skin. And we do have a rule for disease that destroys the skin that can convert that into leprosy. And we may want to have a rule that converts this into leprosy, but I think I like this explication better, so I'm going to keep it for now. So I have a very bad disease of the skin. Okay, but there's one more issue where I have thought about it and I'd like to make a change. So it says Naaman's master thought that Naaman was a very great man. The people of Aram greatly respected Naaman because Yahweh helped Naaman to win many battles. So in the NIV, for instance, it says, he was a great man in the sight of his master and highly regarded because through him the Lord had given victory to Aram. So this construction indicates that because the Lord gave him victory, his master thought that he was a great man, and the people highly regarded him. So what I'd like to do is to convey that idea by changing the structure a little bit here. So what I'm going to do, and this will also simplify the text. So what I'm going to do is change the order here. Yahweh helped Naaman to win many battles. Okay, then I'm going to put, so Naaman's master thought that Naaman was a very great man, and the people of Aram greatly respected Naaman. Okay, so that kind of construction implies that both the master's good thoughts and the people's respect are both because the Lord helped Naaman to win many battles. Or probably because he won many battles. To make this clearer, I'm going to change it even a little bit more. I'm going to put because Yahweh helped Naaman. Naaman won many battles. So this is a slight change, but I was just mentioning probably the people of Syria didn't care so much about Yahweh helping them. So I thought I'd make the main clause, Naaman won many battles. So then it's clearer that, so Naaman's master thought that he was a great man and the people respected him, refers to this main clause, Naaman won many battles. That's a slight modification, but I think it's worth doing. Another thing, so I'll leave this the way it is in the Bible text, so Naaman's master, but another option would be to say the king of Aram, since it clearly refers to him. And sometimes, like Todd will review these verses and decide to make a change, but I'm going to leave it this way for now. Okay, so that's what I have for this verse.